American way. Throwing bets like haymakers. UFC fight night, no faking these heartbreakers. Punch tax bankrolls and scorecards never fold. 8 off 21 sports talking bold like this catch and gold. Check, Eric saying underdogs got swagger. Weight counter champs got a clan and jaw won't stagger. Money on the line, bets as sharp as a dagger. Hot tops, bling, flashing lights, heavyweight bagger. 8 off 21, clash of minds. No surprise, Eric Blade in the ring, shouting hard, shooting high. Like night trees, cold cash gleam in their eyes. Betting broad, UFC calls on the podcast sky.
We have reached the part of the podcast where we talking some UFC, and who better to come on than the man, the myth, the legend, Wade from Top Flight Wagers. Wade, how are you doing this lovely Friday afternoon, my man?
Hey, let's go, baby. We've got another pay-per-view. Doing pretty good, man. Friday's been I guess haven't really been able to get a lot done today. I've been so damn busy, but this whole February has been fantastic for me. You've been crushing it with your picks. So man, I've been ecstatic, especially coming off our little 2-0 sweepage on our college basketball picks last night. Way to go, buddy.
You know what? It's been going, stuff's going good. Have no complaints at all. Hopefully we can keep it going. Those who don't know, Wade and I have a basketball video that comes out every Tuesday and Thursday. Each give our best bet outs. Make sure to check that out. Wade's been killing it. I'm a big fat loser. I have had 2 losers. He has not lost yet, but we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk some UFC. Guys, we've been killing it on our bets. I was supposed to update a spreadsheet, but there was an incident at work that took up my time where I wasn't able to do that. That'll be back next week. And UFC...
Yeah, give me some access to that, and I can help you out, man.
Our lowest score in the DFS has been 550, which is absolutely insane. So to keep crushing that, let's jump right in with the co-main event. I actually love this bet. I have this one myself. Lay it on me, big dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Weili Zhang. I've kind of planted my flag in this one on this fight. So if it bites me, whatever, I guess. I just think it's crazy. She's the dog, and she's the champion, and I believe this is her third time in a row trying to defend this certain one. She lost it before, but that was to a striker in Rose Namajunas. And I just think this is a big step up for Suarez, and I just don't see how she's going to get this one done. Honestly, I've been kind of scratching my head on this. That maybe the books see Zhang's 35 years old, maybe all the wear and tear, or they see the fact that she's been trying to implement more wrestling and grappling in her most recent matches, which is probably a bad decision against Suarez. But I just don't think she's that stupid. She obviously knows what Suarez is capable of. So for me to sit here and think that Zhang's just going to continue to try to take takedowns and get into that kind of fight, I just don't believe it. I believe she's going to keep it on the feet, where she has the much better advantage. She's much quicker. She has a speed advantage. She has a quickness advantage. She has the ability to get in and out and pepper you with damage. And I believe she will be able to fight off the takedowns that Suarez is going to give her. I wouldn't be shocked if Suarez wins the first round or two, and then we see Zhang kind of drag it into deep waters and take over in the later rounds. We might be able to see a KO in this spot, but I really do believe this thing's going to go to a decision, and I just think Weili is going to end up having the most damage as long as she avoids the submission. I'm pretty sure we're good here on the plus money. So
I think the big thing is, and one of my notes on this fight is with how limited Suarez is in the striking. I think Weili is just going to focus all her energy on stopping that and not really worried about her stand-up game at all. Plus, she is the most athletic woman in the division in my eyes. I absolutely love this bet. I got her at plus 107.
Dog.
I know. That is me. My next bet.
Still like plus 100 right now everywhere.
Great value. I am going to Prado plus 195. Matthews, questionable resume, 20-7. But when you just kind of look at the names, who has he beaten? Not really beaten anyone. You can argue Diego Sanchez. This is after Diego Sanchez wasn't Diego Sanchez anymore. I also think Prado has a huge camp advantage. Something that's not really getting reported enough in my eyes is after he lost in Mexico City on that fight night, he has joined American Top Team. He took the prize money he got for fight of the night and went to American Top Team. Which does that mean? Better coaches, better training facilities, better training partners. And then we look at what Matthews does. He trains with local fighters with his old man, which is great, dude. But I really feel that's why we kind of see him with this 20-7 record with no real signature wins, just because he hasn't really had the coaching or the training partners to elevate his games. Prado is moving from lightweight to welterweight, which I think is going to enhance his cardio because he's not going to have to drop all that weight, and his power because he's not going to have to drop all that weight. I think him moving up is going to be huge. I don't know if you watch the weigh-ins. This dude looks built AF. When we look at Matthews' history, he really struggles with athletic fighters. Prado has a huge, significant athletic advantage. He has a 100% finish rate, 6 knockouts, 6 submissions, 12-2 career, showing he has different versatility to end you. And when we look at how weak Matthews' chin is, I really think he's live to knock him out. Matthews has a 64% takedown rate. And I know everyone's making a big thing about Matthews trying to get this to the ground, but I think Prado's grappling is a little bit underrated. I think if he wants to get a takedown, I think he's going to be able to get a takedown on Matthews. Prado, 4.58 significant strikes per minute, which is huge because I mentioned I'm a little bit worried about the chin of Matthews. Prado, just 22 years old. This is where we see these young fighters where they go to a different camp right away. They just take in all this knowledge. I think we're going to see him come out with stuff we don't even know. He hasn't fought since February. Now, after what's that? Almost over a year. You know what I mean? In American Top Team, I think we're going to see a lot of different tools in the tool belt. And lastly, I know everyone's making a big deal about a Prado's cardio. That was fought in Mexico City. Dirty ass air, high elevation. Now he's going to sweet Sydney, Australia. Beautiful air, not at elevation, clean breathing. I don't think he's going to have any problem with the cardio. Give me Prado here, plus 195.
Yeah, I worry about him. I guess I do worry about his cardio a little bit, only because, and I like your point on the Mexico thing. He's just such a big dude, man. But I love this fight. Actually, an angle that I'm probably going to take. I haven't taken it yet. I'm looking into it. Is him to win by finish. But if it goes to the win inside the distance decision, no action. If it goes to a decision, because these odds are just those kinds of odds that I just hate to kind of back on because they don't hit a lot. So it's almost like Matthews is going to win if it goes late and he can just hold control the whole time. But I really do think Prado's going to win. So I think he's going to win this thing by a knockout at some point. I really loved his fight against Zellhuber. I mean, Zellhuber's really good. Look at his record. If people don't know who that is, go look at this guy. Go look at his record. Go look at who he's fought. That was a fantastic fight. So I think he's going to build off that, man. I really do. But Matthews is tough. He's one of those guys that he's durable as hell. So we'll see. It's a good fight. I love the plus 195 odds are so good. Typical you too. You know, shoot or shoot, right?
Shoot or shoot. That's what I go for. Next bet, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a parlay here, plus 103. I'm trying to remember what book that was on. MGM, I believe. Yeah, that's my favorite play of the day, probably. Kevin Doucette, I think he's got a great bounce back spot coming off that loss against Brian Battle, who we actually were on Brian Battle. But Doucette should have the advantage striking here. Plus, with his advantage in the experience department, I just really like him in this fight. He has the ability to fend off takedowns, which I believe is going to help him here. His opponent just isn't that dangerous with his punches. He doesn't really present too much on the feet. And if he does try to take down, I just think Doucette's going to be able to fight him off. I kind of can just envision Doucette pushing him up against the cage, wearing him down. And then if he needs to, he'll take him down eventually. Doucette has that in his game. So probably a decision by Giuseppe because he's just not somebody that goes out there and tries to finish people all the time. But I do think he's going to win this by decision. And then I paired him with Cody Steele. I usually don't take new UFC fighters, even if they're awesome, just because I'm just worried about them coming in the stage fright, especially on a pay-per-view. But honestly, the last few I've passed on, they've all cashed. So I'm just going to start riding that train, especially if I really like the fighter. If they're questionable, whatever, I think it's safer to stay off. But if you've looked into Cody Steele's background, first of all, I believe he's 6-0, 7-0. Most of them by knockout, by finish. And they've really worked him well to the point where if you look at before he started MMA, he probably had like 20, 25 grappling, 30 grappling matches. So he has that in his back pocket as well. So I think if he can avoid the random KO shot from Rong Zhu, he should dominate on the feet. He should be able to find a vicious KO, whether he's on the feet or I think he's going to be able to get it on the ground, find a little ground and pound. And I think he can just wrestle Rong Zhu to death if he really needs to here. So even if submission's live, I really like Cody Steele. I think he's going to make a run in the UFC here. He'll probably choke at some point because all these new guys do, but I don't think this is the fight for him to lose. So I think both these guys probably give us a decision win, which is going to make the parlay a little sweaty, but I think they're both going to win.
Okay, I like it. I bet Steele to win via sub. I really think that a lot of people are making a big deal about the fact he wasn't in his Contender Series fight. He wasn't able to get the fight to the ground. He was fighting a Division I wrestler. I think that's kind of getting something that's getting caught up in the mix, and he's going to have a huge grappling advantage here. Speaking about huge grappling advantage, give me my girl Brazil plus 310. 61% striking accuracy makes her a dangerous counterpuncher to Wang Chung's aggressive but dicey 46% striking accuracy. Brazil, huge grappling advantage, 5 submission wins. Her skills have been improving. I think she can exploit Chung's vulnerability on the ground. As we saw last fight, she did get submitted. Now, granted, that was because she got knocked down. But if this does get to the ground, huge advantage for my girl, who, guess who she trains with, my friend? She trains with the Fighting Nerds. That is probably another, was that American Top Team 1, Fighting Nerds 2, one of the best camps.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be huge. Her grappling game and overall MMA game, we've seen gain better every time she's been going out there. She has a 50% strike defense. I think she's going to be able to weather the storm when Wang Chung pushes forward. I think she has the ability to survive the fast pace and maintain effectiveness. I think she has better cardio. And look, Chung's last fight was embarrassing. She came out there, the Joker face and everything. And I wrote down after she got knocked out by submitted, she got punched, she tapped out. I had, no matter what, I was going to fade her the next fight. And now I get her against someone in the Fighting Nerds camp who has a huge grappling advantage, who's moving up to flyweight. So that means she's not going to have to cut as much weight. I think it's going to be better for her. And I'm getting an underdog price at plus 310. And we haven't got to the Brazilian jiu-jitsu that Brazil has. I think that's just a huge advantage. Give me her. I'm getting plus 310. I'm locking it in, my friend.
I really like her spread in this. So it's not a bet I've taken yet, but I'm liking that a lot.
Hey, man, go big or go home, my friend.
Yeah, she has a very good shot to win this. So if you take a spread, usually that means you think a fight's going to be really close, and I think you like to be on those sides. So very good number.
Next one, my friend.
All right, listen here. I may be on an island here, but I actually really like Sean Strickland.
You are on an island.
I'm kind of pulling for him to win this fight. If I lose this bet, I don't care. Well, we've got 50 more units of UFC to profit on this rest of this year. but I just think Duplessis is going to be too much. It's kind of going to be the same thing we saw last time. I actually think we'll probably see it finish this time. They both kind of felt each other now. They've seen each other. They kind of know what each other's going to do. We know what Strickland's going to do. It's literally a broken record at this point. He's not adding anything new to his game. He's been talking a lot about how the blood and the cut in his eye with the headbutt kind of threw him off his last fight and wasn't able to see as well as he normally does. And obviously that fight was really close. I just think Duplessis, he's going to figure out a way to get this thing to the ground. I think he's going to find a way to do enough damage, and I think he's just going to probably get Strickland out of there. It could go decision because Strickland is just that crafty, but I don't know. I don't see. If Strickland knocks out Duplessis, I will literally be shocked, but it's possible. But I just don't think his little pitter-patter jabs are going to do anything. So Duplessis somehow, even if he doesn't finish, he'll probably do enough damage to win this thing. And I had to pair it with probably my favorite one to go under, or to not go to decision, which is Crute and Bellato. I believe they both have the same amount of finishes in their career, whether it's a win or a loss. They both have, 13 finishes, whether they won or lost. And Bellato only has 14 professional fights, so 13 finishes and 14 fights. Crute has 17 fights, so he's at 13 finishes and 17 fights. So I believe this is going to be all violence. Crute might be able to find a way to win. I wouldn't be shocked by that, because Bellato does really suck if you can get him down and get him on his back. But Bellato's obviously been knocking out everybody. So, but this is a big step up. I know everybody's talking about how Crute's been off, and obviously you don't want to bet on somebody that's been off that long. But I do think Crute's live because he's a little bit more experienced. I think he's fought better people in his career, and he's had a minute to refresh himself and all that. But I still think we'll probably find Bellato on top, knocking him out. I just think that's going to cash. Other than I'm still trying to find a position. Maybe we can talk about this later in the show. I'm still trying to find a position on the Tom Nolan fight to not go to a decision, because I think somebody's getting knocked out there too. But it's like minus 210, so I need to find something to pair with that.
My next one, going to Tafa, plus 140. Teixeira. Look, 6'7", 260 pounds, 7-0.
Monster.
He's got one win against the guy who's 4-16. One of his wins had modified rules. So there's a lot of questions going into this fight, casting doubt on how ready he is to be in the pay-per-view card of a UFC event. He drops his hands frequently. He has shown poor striking defense. And we've seen Tafa knock out a 6'7" guy before. Teixeira, impressive, 14.87 significant strikes per minute. But he has never faced the power that Tafa is going to have in his hands. All 7 of Tafa's wins have come by a knockout, with 5 of them in the first round, demonstrating his ability to finish fights explosively. Tafa has faced more seasoned UFC fighters. I think he's going to be better prepared, be able to make adjustments on the fly if stuff goes awry in the octagon early. The ability to close distance. I can't talk. Tafa has demonstrated the skill to neutralize reach advantages, as seen in his 62-second KO of Lane. I think that's going to be able to counter Teixeira's 9-inch reach advantage. Despite recent losses, he's got the experience, resilience in fights to weather early onslaughts. Also, following his loss to Carl Williams, Tafa has shown better improvement, better defensive awareness. I think it's going to help him when Teixeira looks to push forward. I have concerns about Teixeira's stamina if this goes into the later rounds. He may fall flatter. We really haven't seen him push. I expect Tafa to survive the early push, close the distance, then jack him in an uppercut. There's this Contender Series fight that Teixeira did, and it is just brutal. He should have lost in that first round. And with the punches that Tafa is going to be throwing, look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw it in there. Give it to me, big dog. You know what I'm also going to do? I also sometimes in these cards, I like to do these round robin bets. Tell me what you think of this round robin bet I threw it. Okay. I did my girl Brazil on the money line. Okay. So this is by twos. So I just need 2 of these to hit for it to become profitable. 3 of them hit, I'm really good. If all 4 of them hit, I'm driving down to Indy and you and I are going to Sizzler, dude. Tafa to win in the first round. Brazil just to win. Steele by sub. And Prado. Not that bad of a round robin, I don't think, dude. Not that bad of a round robin, I don't think.
I mean, do you want me to give my honest opinion?
If you're gonna bust my
do you want it to cash? That's my question.
Okay, no comment. Let's move on to our.
No, I like it. I just think Brazil is tricky. If you were gonna like put some in there, I'm not sure what those odds are, but what if you switched it out with the spread instead of taking her just to win? I don't know if that would like kill your odds, but
it would kill it because I'm going like I got like what is it? A plus 330, a plus.
Yeah, that's true. 4. She's like 300 plus 300. You know what
I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that one's a tricky one. I think all the other ones I really love. Tafa's. I mean, I got my one question for you was: are you gonna sprinkle on Tafa's just knockout by knockout in general, or did you not like that number?
I put him in the round robin to win by first round knockout.
Oh, so that's kind of where you're gonna play that.
Yeah.
All right, I get you. Yeah, they're really good at knocking out bigger guys. So we'll see.
So let's jump right into it. We've been killing this DFS DraftKings thing, so we're gonna do it again for you people. I think we got to start with Whaley. I think both of us like her. I think she's got to go on automatically.
Yeah, and even if she doesn't win, it's gonna be a long fight. I think.
Obviously,
I guess that was one thing I wanted to ask you before we started this, anyways, because obviously you're putting this in on your side. I don't technically really bet the DFS stuff. And I'm not going to lie, I truly don't understand all of the like scoring rules that goes on it because I just haven't looked into it. So like, what do we get more points for like a finish and a knockout? Or do we get more points for like if the fight goes to a decision? Obviously, you'll get more points if there's more strikes than like a fight that doesn't have strikes.
Right. So I'm going to leave this screen here. I'm pulling out my phone. I don't want to get misquoted when I give the rules. Because I'm a stickler. Because
I thought maybe this might be good to talk about anyways, because anybody listening, if they want to get into it, maybe they just don't understand it either. And maybe if they get a few, get a little bit better understanding, maybe they'll actually like jump in on it and bet it themselves too.
All right, so here we go. Contest details. No, that's not it. Where are the rules? Here we go, rules. All right, so 0.2 for strikes, 0.2 for 6 strikes, 0.03 for control seconds, +5 for takedowns, +5 for reverse sweeps, 10 points for a knockdown. They win first round 90 points, second round 70, third round 45, fourth round 40, fifth round 40. To win by decision, 30 points. Quick win bonus. If they win within the 60 seconds or less, you get 25 points. So we're going Whaley. Let's rock Whaley. Both of us love Steele.
What's her price on this? It's a little blurry on my side.
8,000. 8,000. So we're gonna go Steele. He's 9,100.
But wait,
sorry.
With the Whaley thing,
yeah,
it sounded like we get more points with like a finish and a takedown, and I don't think any of that's in that game. But I feel like this card is full of knockout potential. Is that what
we get?
What do we want to chase?
Strikes. So if she gets 106 strikes, we're looking good. You know what I'm saying?
I am worried because, listen, if you watch her last few fights, she really does try to grapple a lot. And if they end up on the ground a lot, what happens then? We're just going to deal with the control and the...
Yeah, it sounds
and then she may not get control sometimes because Suarez is dangerous on the ground.
But we don't know.
I'll think about that one because I'm just worried that I like the striking. I don't know if 100 strikes are there.
But I mean,
Maybe.
she's averaging 107 point fight.
I
107.
know, but now she's fighting a really good wrestling
mean, if
grappler. Who's the last like grappler she fought? What were those points?
She got 81 against Rose.
She's still more on the feet though.
She got 81 against Rose. But I mean,
Yeah, but the girl after Rose kind of gets it on the ground a little bit. She had over 100 there.
She had 94 up against Carla. Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah. We're good.
All right. So do you want to go to DDP? I guess that's the question you have to ask.
What's some of the other guys? Because I like a lot on this card. I'm just this season instead of last season, instead of betting everything I like, I'm getting pretty strict on. I'm just not taking chances on a lot of guys. But with the DFS, I think we can.
I mean,
I go all the way down to the bottom because my money is more on the front card, the front part of the card. Not the what happened to so that fight got canceled. Park fight got canceled?
Park fight is gone.
I wasn't on it anyway. It's just what's Sal Killed's price? 86.
Sakil 96.
Is that 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do some damage. He should be high. I'm just looking at prices. I'm not saying put him in there. Thickness, Jesus. See, everybody's on Topuria, man. He seems like a great parlay piece, but I swear to God, if he doesn't finish it early, I think Thickness can somehow out grapple and wrestle him, and people are going to be shocked. Oh my God! But I don't know. It'd be shocking if Topuria lost. I like Brazil because I think what's Brazil's points? Because I think we're going to get points from Brazil. If she doesn't win it, she's going to keep it close.
Yeah, she's going to be able to get ground, get some control time. She's only 6,800. By putting her in, it's going to open up some stuff. So let's put her in. I mean, when we look at her past performances, though,
what are we getting?
She did get 81 last time. You know, she did get 81. But
when she loses, she doesn't get a lot, and when she wins, she does. That's what it looks like.
So, let's.
The thing about the Nolan fight is, I really do believe it's going to go inside the distance. But if we're on the wrong side of that knockout, then we're not going to get the points.
Correct.
So I think we got to avoid that one.
I like Tafa. We're alive to a first-round win and get that bonus in the first round.
What if he gets fucking knocked out, though?
But this is the thing about it, man. You got to take your stance. And the price. What I found.
I think Tafa's going to win because I just think he's just.
I found it out. Is anytime I've had money left over, the better I do. So they try to get you subconsciously what the player is going to do when they do this. Okay, I got 8,300 left, 18,000 left. Which two players can I do? You don't want to do that. You want to do which players you value the most.
I don't know if I value Tafa. They actually are really bad fighters. Like they can't do anything. If he doesn't find the knockout, he's fucked. What if he can't find the knockout? I hate betting money on those guys.
So do you want to go?
They're just fat slobs. They can't do anything. So they have power.
So who do you want to go?
I don't know. I was thinking more like our Prado guy. What's his price?
Who are you talking about? Prado?
Prado. We both like Prado.
7,400 for Prado. We still can pay up for DDP. We can pay up for.
Can you get good money on putting the two fighters in the same fight?
Fighter.
Because I think Matthews might score a lot too, dude, if he gets this thing on the ground a lot.
I mean, dude, we could actually put.
I don't mind Drickus.
The Sakila guy you put in there, you talked about earlier.
We don't have to have him in there. I do think he's going to win, but
if we put him in with DDP, we could do that.
If it's some boring decision, though, I feel like he's not going to get a lot of points.
I mean, what do you think about that?
What can you click on Tafa and see what his past points look like?
Tafa.
I don't mind Tafa. I am worried he could get fucking caught. This guy's a monster. He's fucking 6'8", dude. I know he sucks and he has not fought anybody good. So I think Tafa will find a way to win.
That's the thing. Like if he's able to win in the first round, we're gonna get over 100. So we're betting that he's able to win within the first round. That's what we're betting on.
I think he can even win. What if he gets knocked out in the third round? I think that's still fine. Because at that point, if they go deep, he'll have probably a lot of
No,
strikes.
because look at that. He lost his last fight against Williams, and he only had 21 6 strikes. You know, when we're looking at
Yeah,
these,
but Williams is a wrestler. He's gonna get it on the ground. This guy, he's gonna have to punch. You think Taffa will try to take this big
he
ass guy
lost in
down?
the third round, 74 strikes, 30 points, 42 points. We need the fighters that are going to win. Don't think about that. We need fighters that are going to win. You know, just think of it like that. Don't
I'm
think
just
about.
not like sold that Taffa's gonna win this fight.
All right, then let's
That's
not
all
do
I'm
it.
saying.
I mean, if you're looking at the people we have right now and you think they're sold,
Yeah, the Duplessis sold, Salkild sold, Prado. I'm not sure I'm sold, but I do like it. I think he's very dangerous. He's one of the dogs I really like in this card. I think Brazil's definitely going to keep this close. We're probably going to be looking at a decision there.
right.
Steele for sure can find the finish, or if he doesn't, he will get a decision. What can Steele do if he gets a decision though? Just wrestle the whole time.
He's going to sub him. He's going to sub him, dude.
Taporia is one of the fighters that has a lot of upside because he can find an early knockout. I just don't trust him to win the fight.
Yeah, man. Well, this is our lineup. I'm finaling it. That's what we're going with right there.
I do like Santos too. We never talked about him, but I'm not betting on Santos.
Yeah, fuck. You can quote me on this. Fuck Santos. Wade, I'd like to thank you for coming on, talking a little UFC. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media and become part of your Discord?
Yeah, come find us over at Top Flight Wagers, all social media. I'm mainly active over on X. That's where I run daily giveaways, anywhere from $25. Got a $150 Super Bowl giveaway running right now, so come check that out. Engage with us. If you want to come check out the Discord, you can join free. Come check the link in my really any of my social bios. You can get there. Eric gives out picks in there. 3 other cappers in there. I guess 2 other cappers in there with us too. Give you guys a lot of free picks. You can join VIP right now. Use code NEW. Get 50% off with that if you want to do that. Right now, our clients, we've had a perfect February, man. Profitable every day, coming off almost 8 units yesterday. 20 units so far in 6 days and 35 units since January 17th, man. So we've been rocking. Eric's been crushing it with his picks. So
hey,
come
man.
check us both out. Come join us.
Nice little business casual 4-0 plus 8.2 new units yesterday for the kid in your Discord, my man. Make sure to give my boy Wade a follow, and good luck in your bets. And we'll talk next week, my friend.
Yep. Have a good weekend, everybody.